Hello, this is a demonstration of ISE integration with Tetration for policy enforcement here. So you can see here in my ISE live logs page, I can see there's a network device or specific host that's been classified or rated by security group tag of network device. So that's the label that it got assigned. Okay, and then if I go into my ISE page on TrustSec security tags, and this is a list of all some of the default tags, and one specifically that we just saw was a network device tag that's been assigned. All right, and then now let's go ahead and go into pxGrid. We can see that within the ISE pxGrid section there is a name called ISE virtual appliance or edge appliance with Tetration, and here's another entry underneath the web client section for the Tetration edge appliance that's been integrated with ISE through pxGrid. And now let's go over to the Tetration side, and we go to the connectors and look at the section there for virtual appliance, and you can see that there is an ISE instance added into Tetration, right? It just has to point back to ISE and connect to it. And if we drill deeper into that instance, we can see the ISE instance is active, it was connected, and through its certificates for pxGrid, it connected successfully. Okay, and now we see a session with the pings going on from a database server to the network appliance or network device that we just saw that was authenticated by ISE. So right now, there's no policy enforced, and we can ping it in the network. Now I'm going to go into Tetration and go into my workspace and drill into my SGT test workspace there, and you can see here I created two deny rules. One is to deny the network device that we just looked at from talking to a database tier server in my network, and same thing, there's a vice versa. There's a rule that says stop my database from talking to the ISE network device that we picked up in ISE. And that attribute that we're seeing used to match the policy came from ISE. That's the CTS security group label that came from ISE through the pxGrid integration. Okay, so we simply built that into the policy. So now we want to go ahead and enforce this denied policy. I click on the enforce policy button, fill out the information, hit accept and enforce. Okay, and it's that easy. Now the Tetration instance in the cloud is pushing the deny policy down to the agents that it's controlling. And if I drill into the Linux server that's doing the ping, I can see that it's got a successful connection to it. If I drill into it, you can see the policies page that there's an ICMP drop ingress rule for the Linux server there, database. So it is working as we want it to. And you can see in the background that the pings have stopped and it's now being blocked, right? Operation not permitted, because the client policy of the client rule is stopping the pings from communicating between the two devices. So it's working as what we want it to. Now, if we go ahead and look at the IP tables of that Linux server, you can see there's a bunch of more rules. It's marked by TA, which is the Tetration agent, and there's a drop ICMP rule in place now because Tetration told it to block the communication for ICMPs. Let's go ahead and resume this ping once again, and you can see it's still stopping. So let's go back to my segmentation policy rules page and go back to enforcement and say, okay, let's go ahead and remove that. So I hit the stop enforcement policy page, and let's see what happens. Usually within about 60 seconds or so, the rules will be removed, as you're seeing now, and pings have resumed. So everything is working as advertised. All right, hopefully you got the message here of ISE and Tetration integration, and enjoy this demo. Thanks for watching.